Definitely on. Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Right?
Yeah.
Shalom Akim.
Shalom.
Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Give honor to the apostles and elders of Grave Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Again, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to do another lesson. The title of this lesson is basically
not building on another man's foundation, and also too why the Lord set the apostles last. Whatever we title, it's going to be in that particular realm, or it's going to be that particular title, all right? Because you got a lot of people out here that will hear the apostles say something about dealing with prophecy such as the mark of the beast, all right? There were Hebrew Israelites, so on and so forth, and a lot of the brothers out there on the four corners. But then again, you got these Edomites, you got a lot of people now as so-called coming out of the woodworks as if they're prophets of the Most High, saying the same information that the apostles been speaking for years. All right, that's why the Lord set the apostles last, and we're going to start with that scripture, because you got people stealing the Lord's words and stealing as if they're the prophets of the Most High, sent by the Most High, which we know that ain't true. All right?
All right, so this 1 Corinthians 4:9. But I think that Yahweh have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed, approved to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and unto angels, and to men.
Aren't we out there on the highways and byways? Our apostles been out there for 30 plus years. A lot of the other apostles, 20 plus years. The brothers coming in this truth are out there on the highways and byways piping, all right? We've been telling you the RFID microchip is the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. Now all of a sudden everybody knows prophecies. Oh, this is written in Revelation 13, such and such, as if they've been teaching this for the longest. No, our apostles been teaching it. You trying to steal something that don't belong to you. All right, if it's not given to you, don't use it. And that ain't right. That's a disrespect. All right, it's like a slap in the face.
Grab that definition too, respectable.
Okay, come. First Corinthians 4:9. All right. This 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 9, and the definition for spectacle is G2302 theatron, as in theater, a place in which games and dramatic spectacles are exhibited and public assemblies held. All right, because they had it back in the ancient Greece, they had what you call theaters. All right, in ancient Greece during the time of the Hellenization period, and even till now, till this point in time in history, a public show. All right, metaphorically, a man who is exhibited to be gazed at and made sport of.
Right, so basically, what the Apostle Paul is saying here, I believe it was that Apostle Paul speaking, right?
The Apostle Paul, yep.
Basically, what he was saying there is that it's going to be made evident who the Lord is dealing with, all right? Because we're going to be made a spectacle, meaning many people, and which it makes sense because our apostles and elders who brought it out, who actually the first to bring it out, what's it called, the four corners of the world?
Four corners of the earth.
On 34th and 7th.
Yeah, yep.
That's
you're talking about on 34th and 7th.
Right.
Right, but they've been all over the place. They've been down, I believe, down on Wall Street. All right, they've been all over the place, and we're all over the place. There's nobody on this earth now that has that information that the apostles had. There's nobody on earth speaking about this, and it's that point of the video, because you got people stealing the Lord's words as if they're prophets or sent out, and that's what a prophet means to say before, and apostles mean to be sent out, or they some type of disciples or learners underneath the apostles. You're using it to build on another man's foundation. We're going to grab those scriptures, Lord willing. But yeah, 34th and 7th is pretty much the four corners. All right, once the once they started going on YouTube, really that's when the mark of the beast prophet, even before that they were teaching that. So
when it wasn't popular.
Right. But now everybody, when they hear something, they be like, okay, now these Israelites are right, mainly Great Millstone. Now everybody wants to say, you know what? Let's build our own platform. And if you look at the word platform, it literally means a scheme. Or it literally means to scheme. You're scheming on another man's foundation. You ain't build nothing. All right? Yahweh ain't send you prophets to go out there on the highways and byways like our apostles, like all these other Akim out there throughout the four corners. All right? Y'all just did it on your own. That was it on the spectacle.
This is Ezekiel 12 and 11. it says, I'll start at 10. Say thou unto them, all right, which actually, you know, when you go into the book of Ezekiel, the 12th chapter, which really, a lot of the books in Ezekiel, all right, which the word Ezekiel means basically the power of the Lord, Yakazak Allah. And he would actually do things prior to, he would actually do things that Israel would actually face, you know. So basically, Ezekiel would basically, you know, like I believe in this chapter, you know, he would move his stuff from here and there, and Jacob would ask him, you know, what's the purpose of you doing that? And it was basically signifying what Israel would have to go through in the future. All right. So the point being, all right, is that the prophets of the Lord always knew what Israel, or really basically the world, will be going through prior to it happening, man. All right. So this is Ezekiel 12 and 10. Say, and the word prophesy means to say before, actually. So it says, say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord power, this burden concerneth the prince in Jerusalem and all the house of Israel that are among them. Say, I am your sign. You can grab that definition for sign.
Con. That was Ezekiel 12 and 11, right?
12 and 11.
Con.
You know, because again, Ezekiel's actions signify, you know, future events that will happen upon the world. All right. You know, the fact that Israel will go into slavery, you know.
This is the definition, all right? It's H4159, Mopheth. The Greek word Mopheth, right?
Oh, no, that's Hebrew.
Not this one.
Mapop.
This one. But I'm talking about as far as this one.
Oh.
It could, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but that's Yiddish.
Yeah.
All right, but let's get into the definition. It's a wonder, a sign, a miracle. All right? Okay, a sign, a token, as a special display of God's power, of future events.
Right. So as a special display of something that you can't forget, you know, going to show you that the Lord has set forth us that apostolized as we were basically called a spectacle. All right, going back into 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. You know, we represent the marvelous work of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, men of low degree, all right, going out there on the highways and byways, sometimes looking like Madden and screaming at you, all right,
Lift
having
up that
pictures,
voice.
yeah, making it plain upon table.
That's right. Can I just grab this precept right quick? It's Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to my mind, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Now, for the Most High to give you pastors, that means he's possessed them, all right, from the beginning. He's just not going to say, you know what, any man just go out there and just speak his word. No, he's got to choose you. Like I believe it says in John 16 and 15 or 15 and 16, he has to choose you according to his will. You can't just go out there and just speak on your own. He'll give you a pastor. And all these leaders will fail you. All these leaders will fail you, whether it's 2/3 Jake leaders, such as Malcolm X, they failed you. Malcolm X ain't teach you a Hebrew Israelite. All right, Tupac Shakur definitely ain't teach you a Hebrew Israelite. All right, that's why the Lord set the apostles last, because anything prior to that wasn't the time appointed. Like Abba Bivens came what, in the late 60s? And it grew, and this word grew. Knowledge shall increase, like it says in Daniel 4. All right, so the Lord gave us our apostles last, all right, which is starting with Apostle Elder Tahar and all the other apostles out there, Apostle Ramlab, Apostle Gabar, and the brothers out there faithfully pushing his word. All right? That was it. You wanted on, that was pretty much it on that definition.
Yeah, that was it. I got a precept. This is Hebrews 1 and 1. It says, God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets, have in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he have appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins. You know, but the point is, he gave us Yahawashi, which Yahawashi is the ultimate prophet, all right, which is the express image of the Heavenly Father. So us being as witnesses of Yahawashi, of the hopeful elect, we are the express image of the heavenly of Yahushua. All right, in Revelation 19 and 10, all right, it says that the testimony of Yahushua is a spirit of prophecy.
And who has that? And who has that?
Right.
Great millstone. And
Right.
all the men teaching his word faithfully.
So those who prophesy would inevitably be the express image of the Lord, man. You know, which means, hey, we're telling you that which is coming to pass. We're telling you that is in the scriptures, man. The scriptures tell you what happened and what's to come, and actually what you're going through now. You know.
Right. You got more on that? Or?
Nah, that was it.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many should be purified and made white. White means to be pure, okay? And tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But the wise shall understand. The wise is representing the elect, and the wicked could also represent, say for example, an Edomite could break down Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, as far as the mark of the beast, but he cannot break down, the NATO and the EU, all right, or the beast. They can't break that down, but they can break down 666, Kai stigma. All right, they could break down certain things, but it wasn't given to them. It's like they're trying to build on a foundation because they hear us bring out so much repetitively bring it out so much. They're like, oh boy, here these guys go again, saying the same thing over. But that's what we're here to do, rehearse the righteous acts over and over and over again. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. And another precept too, this Matthew chapter, not unless you got it. Matthew chapter 3 verse verse 13 and starting at verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered, okay, meaning talking about the sower, okay, the parable of the sower, was getting to the point. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you, meaning the disciples later on became apostles, right? It's given unto you. It wasn't given to the rest of the world, all right? It's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. When we look at that word mysteries, all right, it's a hidden thing, a secret, a mystery, generally secrets, all right? Now the secret things belong unto the Lord, but that's man.
86.
Amos, I believe Amos 3. But check this out, of God the secret.
The Lord revealeth his secrets.
Yeah, to a service the prophets. I think it's down more too, but you can start on that too. Who hath word? The lion hath roared. The secret counsels which govern God in dealing with the righteous, which are hidden from the ungodly and wicked men, but plain to the godly. Writing on plain upon tables. That's why our apostles can be like, you know what? They labored. The Lord is not going to forget your work and labor of love. Now you got people just coming out of nowhere talking about the RFID microchip. Like, nigga, you don't know nothing about the RFID microchip. Like, all of a sudden you're an expert in this truth. You don't know nothing. All right, you got all these people talking about, oh, I'm about to go protest. You can't even break down the word protest. All right, it's dealing with the apostles, man. It's dealing with a testimony, with martyrs, with witnesses. All right. Then, and really, the word protest goes back to testes. I had made a video not too long ago. Testes are testicles, which only the men can prophesy or testify. All right, going to the testimony. But yeah, it's in there. I believe it's in there.
Amos 3.
Yeah.
All right, this is Amos 3 and 7. It says, I shall start at 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and Yahweh have not done it?
What's that trumpet? The trumpet is the banner we're holding up. This the ram's horn we're blown throughout the four corners of the earth. And that's why these elites are scared of it. They want to try to take brothers' videos down. All right, you got information out there that Edomites go into, right? That's speaking about certain prophecies and stuff like that, but it wasn't given to them. The Lord could use them on the left-hand side to fulfill his purposes, but it wasn't given to them. This is different. When the Israelites speak and bring you Jakes back to your nationality and knowing who you are, then it becomes a problem. Edomites can't do that. 2/3 Jakes out there got a zeal, but not according to knowledge. They can't go out there and speak like us. I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but it's just the truth. If the Lord set you and ground you in his truth, you're going to remain in his truth until the end. All right, it's still
going,
on.
right?
Around 14 minutes so far.
Oh, okay.
15 minutes now. All right, and pretty much the point is in verse 7. We could even go to 8.
Verse 7, Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets to his servants, the prophets.
All right, so he revealeth his secrets to his servants, the prophet. And one more time, all right, that word mysteries, all right, G3466, literally of God, of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, the real Hebrew names, the secret counsels which govern God in dealing with the righteous. Matter of fact, you could grab, if you don't have nothing, you could grab that scripture in Jeremiah 23:18.
Oh, right, that's a good one.
The secret counsels which govern Yahweh Yahweh Shai in dealing with the righteous. That's talking about the elect. Those that are purified on this side will be purified. With the righteous which are hidden from the ungodly and wicked men, but plain to the godly. Malcolm X, your leaders out here, the leader of this people have caused them to err. They deceived you 2/3. They ain't gonna save you. Now they calling on Joe Biden. Who's that's calling on Joe Biden?
Oh, that's George Floyd, his brother.
His George Floyd's brother calling on an Edomite to have mercy on him. If 2/3 Jake's leaders can't save you out of it, what makes you think an Edomite's gonna save you out of this predicament? All right, you gotta go through the curses, man. That's the way it is. That's the way the Lord set it up for 2/3 not to get it on this side. They're not going to get it.
Jeremiah 23 and 18. For who have stood in the counsel of the Lord,
Oh man.
and have perceived and heard his word. You gotta go into that word perceive.
Yeah, I'm about to go into it. 23 and 18. This is the word for perceive. For who have stood in the counsel of the Lord and have perceived. 87200. Ra'ah. Ra'ah. I believe that's dealing with Ra'ah. You say Ra'ah in Hebrew.
Yep, Ra'ah.
It means like
hungry. I think that means like hungry.
Truth. If I said it right, we gotta look into
Ra'ah,
it.
perceive. To look into, yep, that makes sense.
To perceive, to look into. The scriptures say, study to show yourself approved. You know how much work our apostles, laid like on. Well, the foundation is Yahweh Shai. All right, that's the foundation. Is the apostles are built on that Yahweh Shai. They're not built on a worldly foundation. The elect are not going to be built on something outside of Yahweh Shai. What 2/3 do, they'll listen to videos that we put up on YouTube or wherever we put it up. What's that other site that the apostles put up videos on before YouTube?
Oh, Daily Motion.
Daily Motion. All right? No matter what site it is or what they hear or speak out there in the public, they'll try to use this information to create their own platform. All right? And what you're doing is creating your own destruction, because if the Lord ain't send you, bye-bye. All right? The Lord gonna kill you. The Lord ain't send you, you done. All right? It's a deadly thing. Do not interfere with the Lord's work or the Lord's prophets or the Lord's men. Okay? To appear, to present, to be seen, to be visible. Right? So, matter of fact, you can...
I got a precept real quick.
Bring it out.
That
You got it.
Because it says, Sirach 39 and 1, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. Skipping down to verse 5, he will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and open his mouth in prayer, and make supplication for his sins. When a great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences, and give thanks unto the Lord his prayer. So the fact that we brought out that precept and went into the definition, all right, the Hebrew word, we got that from the apostles, man. Because they early, you know what I'm saying, when it wasn't so popular to go into the blue letter, all right, when you were actually considered a fool to go into the Greek, you know, our apostles were doing it. And this is how we get understanding. All right, they looked into things. They were hungry, you know what I'm saying? Ra'ah.
And you know what that also does too? What that does too, that brings that vibration of back in the ancient world. Because we were speaking when Yahweh Shai was crucified, it said in Hebrew, Greek, and in Latin. Because people were speaking different languages, so it brings that vibration back to knowing that we're Israelites. In a time like this, is such a beautiful time that we can actually stand boldly in front of our enemies and let them know they're going down. All right, and we know our main enemy is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, we know that. All right, you got more than that, I believe.
Yeah, it's one more verse.
20,
no, Sirach 38, 39. It's like Sirach 39 and 7. It says, he shall direct his counsel in knowledge, and in his secrets shall he meditate. Even as actually Hannah, the mother of Samuel, said that the Most High is the power of knowledge. You know? So, hey, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is with those that actually search out the scriptures, man. You know, our apostles, even when you look at all the apostles and elders of old, you know, the prophets, they knew about that history. You know, they know about what's to come. You know, the scriptures say that they that fear the Lord understand all things.
Yep, man. Romans 15:4. What was written aforetime is written for our learning. So what was written before is written for our learning what? Now at the present time we're living in. Let me just finish on, and you could grab, start from the top, Psalm 78. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to start over here. I'm going to just finish this right here. But Matthew chapter 13 and verse 11. He answered and said unto them, meaning to his disciples, which later on became apostles, that were chosen by Yahushua, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. We went into that word mysteries, a secret thing only given to the elect. But to them it is not given. To who is not given? Was Malcolm X or any great leader, even Marcus Garvey, were any great leaders given this information? The answer is no. Bring it out.
I got to keep going on this.
Bring it out.
Sirach 39 and 8. He shall shew forth that which he have learned, and shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Many shall commend his understanding. Many shall commend his understanding, and so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from generation to generation. So as controversial as Great Millstone is, they remember those words that we tell them, man.
The word commend is praised formally or officially. He was commended by the judge for his courage actions.
Right. So it's actually a commend. Like you could compliment somebody in an indirect way. Like that motherfucker, I hate that motherfucker, but what he be saying is true. You know?
Yeah,
he be telling you some truth.
Exactly. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall it be given. All right, all your marches, all your protests, so-called protests out there, they're failing miserably. Esau wants you Jakes to act wild like that. That's why he sets it up, these false flags, and that's why he also gives you bricks to, you know, and things like of that nature, setting things on fire, so Esau can blame you. All right, just to bring in the RFID microchip, vaccines, and who brings that information out? Us, we bring it out, not nobody else. All of a sudden, they want to create a platform off the truth as if they've been in the truth. First of all, if the Lord ain't choosing to come in, it doesn't matter what you attempt. It's not going to work. All right, so your leaders have failed you. You causing our people to err. All right, for whosoever hath, to him shall it be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah. And the prophecy of Isaiah that he's speaking about is in Isaiah 6 and 9. We're saved by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. And who else quoted it? The Apostle Paul quoted it in Romans, I believe, in the book of Romans. All right, Romans 11. They got a zeal, but not according to knowledge. This is the ultimate knowledge on this earth, this Bible here. That's why Donald Trump could hold the Bible up as if he has some type of authority, or if he knows the Bible. He don't know nothing. Now we could grab that stuff on the top.
Psalm 78 and 1, it says, give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth.
Who's it talking? What people? The elect.
I will open my mouth in a parable.
Oh, man.
I will utter dark sayings of old.
Now, can I just bring out the definition for dark sayings, right? This is why you know that nobody on the earth can get this, man, because people don't even go into words. They don't study. They think they know things. There's Christian churches that have failed you miserably. All right, who's going to save you out of this destruction to come? We're telling you, mark of the beast is going to come. Famines are going to come in greater scale. All right, everything is going to get so bad out here that you people are in for one rude awakening, man. All right, but it's going to be too late. Now, that word dark sayings, right? I will open my mouth in a parable. How is he opening his mouth up? Like it says in 2 Thessalonians, the prophets, okay? Dark sayings of old, a riddle, a difficult question, enigmatic. And enigma means like something that's hard to be understood. Enigmatic saying or question. When people come up and question us, they question us, we say something, they just can't get it. Like we can repeat it so many times and they still can't get it. They might question us or whatever, we tell them an answer, but they still can't get it. It's enigmatic to them. It's really a riddle. Look, dark, obscure utterance, perplexing questions, difficult, riddle, enigma, parable. All right, so it's hard to be understood by the masses because their ears are dull. Really, 2/3 of our people. Esau can't get it. None of these nations could get it. And 2/3 definitely can't get it. They're not chosen of the Heavenly Father. They're sealed for destruction. Like it says, 2/3 to be cut off and die. Bring it out.
This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 20. It says, Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that have understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou power of my fathers, who have given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto me the king's matter.
Yep.
You know, so we understand.
And who was that? That was Daniel.
Daniel, he was breaking down Nebuchadnezzar's dream. And we understand what Esau's been doing from day one, man. You know, from back the 1800s to 1700s when he came out them caves. We understand this, man. All right, going back to what? Sirach, the 39th chapter. After that, he have learned the dark parables. He would give thanks to the Heavenly Father. You know, because we understand that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and we out here for Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Not for our sake.
Right.
Exactly, not for us.
Yeah, man. We give Yahweh Shem Yahushai the credit, man. You know?
And I'm going to grab this in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, starting at verse 9. Matter of fact, starting at verse 8, right? Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. All right, you can break it down if you want. Now, for we are laborers together with Yahweh, okay, Yahweh Yahushai. He are the Most High's husbandry. He are Yahweh Yahushai's building. Talking about the elect. According to the grace of God, okay, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon.
And that goes back into John the Baptist as far as making the paths of the Lord straight, man. You know, because if you build anything, you got to dig the foundation first, man. You got to put in that legwork, man. And that was our apostles. You know, but now nobody wants to give credit where credit is due. You know, and the scriptures say, man, we understand that. The scriptures also say some men is a friend for their own occasion.
Right.
But when the day of trouble cometh, they would not abide. You know, so let's see where these 2/3 is going to be at. You know, when all hell breaks loose, man. You know, they hit. You know, they speak a word like this guy Kendrick Lamar. Don't call me black no more. I'm an Israelite.
But he does the same shit.
Right.
But he does the same thing after the point. That's not repentance. That's
Right.
why 2/3 can't repent. You're doing the same exact thing. You're saying, don't call me black no more, call me an Israelite. So the Most High used you to speak those words just to condemn yourself. Now you know you an Israelite. All right, now you know you ain't black, you an Israelite. And guess what? You just condemned yourself. This
Right.
is a deadly serious, man. People think this is a game or we just coming out here just to look good. No, man, it's for the, like the brother said, it's for Yahweh Yahushai's sake. All right, for the purpose of bringing out this gospel and proclaiming who the real men of the Lord are. It ain't nobody out there. I don't care what world leaders you had, what 2/3 world leaders you had in the 60s and the 50s during the time of the civil rights movement. That ain't working over here, man. Why the apostle was set last? Because this is the end of the end days.
Right.
All right, this is the end. No leader of yours can save you out of the predicament you 2/3 are in. Especially not no Joe Biden. Who the hell is that?
Right.
No Joe Biden.
That's why it says, as they were appointed to death, because they would be speaking so much truth that, you know, the leaders that be, like the brother, I was just speaking with one of the brothers in the main camp. He was telling me about this guy Jeffrey Epstein. The reason why they killed him was because he knew too much, you know. And that's the reason why they want to kill us, man, because we're going to fuck up their plans, you know?
Well, we definitely are, Rock. We definitely are. The ones you call bums, lights out there, we're definitely messing up your plans. Okay? I'm going to just continue reading on here. For other foundations, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, let me make sure I got that right. Chapter 3 and verse 11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahawashi Mashiach. So if Yahawashi laid the foundation and the paths are plain and they're straight. All right, I'm gonna go into that definition straight. What verse was that again? Not.
What that Psalms?
That was no Matthew 3 and 3. I'll grab that. Can no man lay? Okay. Now, if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's works to be made manifest. All right, everybody's work is gonna be made manifest. You can't climb up some other way. The Lord said you come in with that straight gate, and straight means that path of difficulty. You got to go into. You can't just be like, you know what? I'm just going to act like I get something from the apostles and try to act cool with the apostles and make it look like I could do my own thing. You know how many men fell trying to attempt that? Where are they at? They know where to be seen. But the apostles are out there strong as ever. All right? Even though we got infirmities in these weak-ass bodies, these chains of darkness, we're still out there. We're still pushing this word. All right? If you got a precept, I'll hold Matthew 3 and 3. I just want to bring out that definition just to prove the point right quick.
Yeah, I was going to bring out this, the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and 4. See, then I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught, and in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with Yahweh, and my work with my power. And now saith Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. All right. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorified in the eyes of Yahweh, and my power shall be my strength. So at the end of the day, it's because the men of the Lord, all right, for one, they feared, all right, they learned the knowledge, they gave reverence to the Lord.
Right.
And the Lord said, all right, he said, Isaiah, you're going to be my light to the Gentiles, man. Which, you know, the Israelites that are scattered abroad. So, just basically saying that, you know, the prophets, the Lord is going to, at the end of the day, the Most High is going to lift up his men. All right? The ones that are going to be untouchable in the day of Jacob's trouble, hey, you're going to know who the Lord is dealing with. You know? Because, like the brother just said, it's more than just about having knowledge. You know, it's about having, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right? And our apostles, all right, through going into words and, you know, spending time with the Lord, they have all of that, man. They have the complete package.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and 33. Then, and when